What's up, guys? Doomwake here, and oh boy, do we have a very special video for you today. As we try to do whenever there is a banned and restricted announcement, you are going to get my live reaction. YouTube, you saw it first. The page is open. I zoomed in so I wouldn't get any sort of spoiler. I haven't looked at Twitter. I know I have Twitter open in the background. I promise I haven't opened it. Not looking at Discord, everything else is closed. The only window I have open on my computer, well, besides OBS, is this page. So, I mean, let's dive in. So what are we thinking is going to happen? The smart money is Underworld Breach getting axed from Modern. I think that everybody kind of expects that at this point, and I'm pretty sure the entire world would go into a riot if it didn't get banned. Past that, I think there's some things they could do in Standard to shake it up a little bit. Maybe up the Beanstalk, Monstrous Rage, This Town Ain't Big Enough, like some combination of that stuff. Just sort of like neutering each of the top decks to maybe make the format feel a little bit more fresh. And yeah, that's all I got. So without further ado, let's dive in. I'm even going to do the very, very slow. Okay, maybe not that slow. Okay, announcement date, March 31st, 2025. Standard. Oh, does that mean there is a change? Standard? Okay. No changes to Standard. I mean, look, we kind of sort of... It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, the Standard metagame is still relatively healthy. Sure, there's basically three big players right now. There's Mice decks, Domain/Beans decks, and then some sort of Town/Bounce. Those are very easily the three best decks in the format. The only issue I have is it is, especially with a 3-color dragon set coming out, it's going to be very hard to cast a lot of these 3 and 4 mana 3-color cards into a metagame that is pulling you in so like vastly different directions, whether it's Monstrous Rage, hyper-aggressive aggro, or the Domain decks that just go over the top of your 3 and 4 mana mid-range cards. So, unfortunate. And especially unfortunate with the theme and the flavor of the set that is being released right now. But even with no changes, there's still some things we can cook with in Tarkir. So again, as I stated in my previous video, I would have hoped that something would happen in Standard, but expected no changes. So here we are, no changes to Standard. Let's move on to Pioneer, the format that basically nobody cares about. Yeah, I mean, we did just have the Arena Championship 8 over this past weekend that featured the Explorer format, which is Arena's equivalent of Pioneer. I mean, it looks fine. I mean, the red deck was super dominant. It won the event. It was, I think, 6 out of the top 8 decks. So red seems to be just a very, very easy port over from Standard into Pioneer and is quite good in that format. But I think the main reason for no changes is they don't really they don't have Pioneer in the competitive rotation, with the exception of the Arena Championships. But you could also argue that now would be the perfect time if you wanted to just sort of reset the format, because since people don't have any big events to prepare for, there's less feel-bads about, oh, my card that I was going to play in this event in 2 weeks got banned. So, yeah, you could argue that maybe now is a better time to do something, but maybe they view the Pioneer format a little bit different than us. So no Standard, no Pioneer, and again, expected to see Breach ban, although there could be some Modern unbans. Yeah, I'm in. Okay, sure. Yeah, we got that. Next, moving on. I don't even think I need... Is that it? No unbans? Wow, no unbans. Okay. I mean, there's definitely... What's so funny about this is there was... I don't know if you guys saw this, but the price of Deathrite Shaman over the past week and a half just skyrocketed absolutely to the moon. And it wasn't just a certain printing, it was every printing of Deathrite was up like 300 to 400%. So there was some rumblings, although that's probably a card we cannot have access to. But I think Punishing Fire, Umazawa's Jite, maybe Birthing Pod, maybe Ponder, those are maybe 4 of the cards that are on the watch list. But love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think could be unbanned in the Modern format? Let me know down below. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lot about Legacy, so if they take action... Ooh, okay. Again, I haven't really played Legacy in about a couple of years at this point, so No idea if these are good bans. I mean, this card being able to tutor Wasteland is kind of messed up. Troll of Khazad-dûm seems like a weird ban. I guess maybe you want to hit Reanimator without actually killing the deck, because Entomb is a completely broken magic card, but they feel like they probably want to let people still play Reanimator, just kind of take it down a notch. So sure, I guess. I don't know. I don't play Legacy, so Legacy players, let me know in the comment section down below. Vintage, no changes. Pauper, oh my goodness. Well, I certainly didn't expect Pauper to be the most changed format, because once again, I know nothing about Pauper. Let me know in the comments, but Basking Brute Scale, Kodlotha Rebirth, and Deadly Dispute, get out of here. Prophetic Prism and High Tide, unbanned. So, good. I don't know, maybe. Then we got Alchemy changes, Explorer, Historic, yada, 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 yada. Cool. So, pretty underwhelming ban list, because I was hoping for a shakeup in Standard, but it's interesting because given the fact that you have a brand new set coming out, and the rotation's going to be happening in a couple of months anyways, maybe the thought is you want to wait until rotation, because Zur, Leyline Binding, what else is gone? Those are the two big ones, and then there's a lot of other stuff like Cut Down, Go for the Throat, Temp Lockdown, Sunfall. So maybe you want to wait till rotation, see how the metagame shakes out after the rotation, and then kind of go from there. I want to see if they mention Standard in here. Okay, so right now we say Standard is flourishing, and there are no changes to the format with this announcement. Our approach to Standard, banned, and restricted updates remains unchanged. We are committed to leaving the format as untouched as possible from one rotation to the next, banning cards only if something truly problematic to the health of the format emerges. Which, I mean, given the metagame percentages specifically, and I guess you could also factor in the win rates, not really anything is super problematic, right? I mean, if you look at the metagame, it's probably between roughly 15%, 15 to 20% like Esper/Blue-Black Bounce, somewhere between in that same range, Mono Red, and then Domain has been down-ticking lately, so probably about 10%. So in terms of just sheer metagame percentages, the format's relatively healthy. It's just the games themselves, a lot of them feel extremely lopsided and very die roll dependent. But I mean, that's Magic sometimes. Once a year, right before rotation, we'll consider more nuanced changes with the goal of making the format as fun and dynamic as possible for the duration of the next rotation cycle. You aren't to that once a year moment yet, and both Tarkir and Final Fantasy will have a chance to make their mark on Standard before the format rotates with Edge of Eternities. Standard display at Pro Tour Aether Drift, rich and diverse metagame, debatable. The big three of Standard have been clearly identified with Mice, Pixie, and Domain. Despite this definition at the top of the metagame, those three decks represented only half the field, and the other half was wide open. I mean, sort of, yeah, okay, I could buy that. There's a chance for success with almost any style of deck imaginable right now in Standard, which is very cool to see. Domain took down the Pro Tour. The most exciting aspects is the degree to which it continues to evolve. The self-bound synergy decks featuring Pixie and Town are a well-known pillar. With Tarkir, Final Fantasy, it's going to be fascinating to watch the journey of this Standard format. Okay, sure. I mean, again, we expected no changes because of the rotation coming up, but a little unfortunate nonetheless. Pioneer, yeah, I don't even... I'm not even going to really go into this because, I mean, it's just Pioneer. There's just not really a lot to be excited about Pioneer, even if the format looks somewhat interesting. Just no events to test for, I should say, is kind of an unfortunate circumstance. So Breach Band, yada yada. We kind of understood that. Let's skip through this. I just want to see the rest of the article. I mean, do we really need to explain why Underworld Breach got banned? For those of you who don't know, they unbanned Mox Opal, and everybody initially thought that Mox Opal was going to be good in Affinity, and then it took people maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks to put it in a deck with Underworld Breach and Grinding Station, and the rest is history. Yeah, that deck is completely broken. One of the best decks in Modern's history, so not surprising to see it gone. Just want to see if they mention anything else besides Breach. Bunch of different decks showing up. Ketchermos, Mako, stock up, sure. planning on keeping an eye on the decks that were strong enough to hang despite Teamer grinding Breach's prevalence. Boros, Dimir Oculus decks as well as Eldrazi, Amulet, and Blink. We're watching energy variants the closest to see if reasonable counterplay emerges in the coming regional championship qualifier season. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people maybe expected, like, the direct result of Breach getting banned is the other decks becoming too good, right? Boros, Eldrazi, and Blink are kind of the three big players post-Breach ban, at least I would assume. Maybe you throw Dimir in there somewhere, but I think Dimir is pretty unfavored against Boros, and I'm not sure it's great against Eldrazi either. So I think I maybe would not necessarily include Dimir in that top tier. I'm a little scared about how good energy is going to be now that they don't have to focus their attention on having 10 sideboard cards for Breach. They can sort of pick and choose their sideboard slots to attack a more sort of maybe defined metagame. And the thing about Boros is it's so good at playing every single type of game. It has the very fast aggressive starts with like God of Souls and Ocelot Pride. It has an insane late game with Flage and some sort of 3-drop like Fable the Mirror Breaker. I will note, for people who are planning on playing Boros in the RSQ season, you're probably going to want to cut those Ranger Captains, because now that Breach is no longer in the format, not really a ton of reason to play that card. So probably going to want to swap those for some Fables or some Pyromancers. But yeah, Boros just kind of does everything. It plays every single type of game almost better than every other deck. And really the only good way to attack it is sort of just go over the top of it, like something like Eldrazi, which, to be fair, I do think Eldrazi has a favorable matchup against Boros. But yeah, we'll see how the format shakes out. I'm just a little skeptical and a little worried about Boros being a little bit too good now. Again, that's really all we're going to touch on, because I just don't know enough about Legacy to form any sort of opinion. Let me know in the comments if the Legacy and the Pauper bans were good. I'm assuming they're probably fine, but that is the discussion that we are going to have. So, end of the day, the ban list was not... Here, I'll kind of zoom out so you can see everything all at once. Maybe not as many changes as we would have expected, but at least Breach is gone. That's that's the most important thing. Breach is out of here. I would have, like I said, maybe liked to have seen some unbans: Birthing Pod, Ponder, Punishing Fire, Umasawa's Jite. And again, the other unfortunate thing is, I think maybe the most important part that I forgot about this whole announcement: get rid of scheduled announcements. The same thing is going to happen, right? If Modern becomes a sort of like 1.5 deck format, maybe Boros is too good, maybe Eldrazi is too good. We're just in the same cycle, and I'm worried that no matter what changes they make to the BNR announcement, is if they keep this scheduled announcement cadence in effect, it's just going to be the same thing every time. Okay, yeah, honestly, pretty underwhelming ban list. Happy to see Breach go. Sad to see no changes in standard, and again, really would like them to at least for future dates remove this stupid scheduled thing. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you enjoy the content, and until next time, adios.